What's going on, guys? Flickify here, and welcome to episode 20 of my second season of Career Mode with York City. And in today's episode, we have a couple N-Power League 1 matches, as well as the second leg of our Capital One Cup match against Liverpool. And the first match we have today is going to be against Tranmere Rovers, and this is our first match without our main striker, Avila. As you guys know, I did sell him to Liverpool last episode for, I think it was 2.4 million, and those funds will be used towards getting Benzia at the end of the season if all goes well. So hopefully nothing drastic happens and we can still acquire Benzia at the end of the season from loan. And here, onto the match highlights. Tranmere gets the first opportunity there, but a nice save by Durburn, making sure they do not get a header on us. And we keep the pressure going here. We're going to try to get that attack. And Benzia getting a shot on goal, but a good save there by Tranmere's goalkeeper. But unfortunately for them, we get the ball right back off the clearance. And we're going to try to find Benzia again. He's going to try to do a pretty similar move. He just accelerates right by the defender. Gets another shot on goal, but another nice save by Tranmere's goalie. And that one goes out for a corner kick, and we get nothing off the corner kick. But we continue the pressure here later in the match. Nearing halftime, we're going to try to send in a cross. Don't find the man in the middle, but we find the man on the edge, and a disappointing shot there. I think that was, I believe that was Henley, not Sinclair. But we go into halftime with a 0-0 draw. So we had the chances in that first half, but we just could not manage to put away the ball in the back of the net. And moving on to the second half, we're in about the 70th minute here. And we're going to try to find Azogia. Azogia will find Sinclair, and Sinclair will get a shot on goal. And here was a questionable call. The ref calls a penalty. Tranmere Rovers players obviously weren't happy with that. The center back gets a yellow card. So we'll see the replay here. And as you guys can see in the replay, it's kind of, you can't really tell if they did foul me. It kind of looked like a foul. But anyways, we get the penalty. Benzia's going to step up to take it. And where do you guys think he's going to put it? He's going to step up and he's going to put it right. A perfect penalty by him. The keeper goes left. And we get the easy 1-0 result there in the 70th minute. And from here, we're going to make some substitutions. We're going to be bringing Sorrentino, Henley, and Benzia out of the match. Johnson, Chambers, and Belanza will be coming in. And we're just going to be trying to hold Tranmere Rovers off for the 1-0 victory. And they really were pressuring me at the end of the last 10 minutes. Pretty much the remaining chances I'll be showing, or pretty much all of Tranmere Rovers' opportunities. And they did have their chances. Here was probably their best one, but they do not manage to put that one away. And we do manage to hold them off for the victory, and we get the 1-0 victory against Tranmere. So a nice result for us, especially without our main striker, Avila. Benzia goes ahead and gets the goal for himself, showing that he can be the top striker for our club at that striker role. And here's Dominic Pagallo, unhappy with his playtime yet again, which is just so difficult to see because Daryl Byrne's such a great keeper, so we're going to try to get that sorted out. But here, we're going to do a little bit more transfer business because you guys know we are also in the winter transfer deadline period. And this first player that I have here, I built a bronze Bundesliga squad on Ultimate Team, and when I was looking at some of the reviews for some of the players on Foothead, this guy apparently is an career mode beast. So I tried to pick him up, and you see I put a McLaughlin and a decent transfer offer sum. I think I put it at 100,000, and just submit that one to Hanover 96. Hopefully they do accept that one, and we can manage to pick up this guy. And he doesn't really seem like, his statistics don't really show that he's going to be an amazing player, but I'm going to listen to the reviews on Foothead, and hopefully he does become a great player if we do manage to sign him. But anyways, we go into the next big match of the episode against Liverpool here in the Capital One Cup. And I don't think Avila was starting this match, luckily for us, because that would have been a little bit drastic for us. But here's Suarez, their main striker. He's going to find the man on the edge there, and they're just going to try to send it in with a little bit of pass on the ground. Luckily, though, Daryl Byrne manages to save that one. I decided not to start Pegala since this was such a big match. And they continue the pressure going here. And look at this shot from Lucas Leiva. That's just, I don't know how that's even possible. He like flicks it up to himself, turns around, and just does an amazing shot. I'll show the replay here. You see, he just flicks it up, turns around, and somehow he puts that into the top corner. That was just an amazing finish. And that was just one of those moments in FIFA where you just think to yourself, you can't defend that. It's impossible. But anyways, we get a corner kick there, and we almost get a header goal there. But unfortunately, match stays at 1-0, and we just cannot seem to get anything on Liverpool. But Benzia tries to get a shot there, but Jose Reyna does manage to come out, and he's just so quick coming off his line that it makes it really difficult to score goals against him with those one-on-one chances. And here, Liverpool takes the 2-0 lead from Stuart Downing. And from here on, we just tried to get a goal back because we already lost the first match in the leg, and we had to get a bunch of goals. And obviously, the home aggregate is not in our favor right now since Liverpool already has 2 goals. Benzia's shot there goes out for a corner kick, and it was just, there's really nothing was working for us in this first half. Sinclair gets another opportunity here, and that one doesn't go in either. And it's going to find Sinclair yet again. So Liverpool's defense does not manage to clear that one out. And Benzia finally managed to get a goal for us just before halftime, the 39th minute. And we put the lead in half. And we get the 2-1 deficit going into halftime. But they will get one more opportunity before the half is even over. But a nice save there by Daryl Byrne. And our defense does not manage to clear it out. And we actually concede one more goal before halftime through Luis Suarez. And that will be our score going into halftime, 3-1. Just definitely not something that I should be proud of. It was just difficult, so difficult for us to get goals. And there you can see one more finesse shot before halftime. I guess these highlights just keep on coming. There you can see the final score going into halftime. We are definitely down in aggregate, 5-2 I think it says. And that just means that we have to get 4 goals in the second half, which is definitely a tough task against Liverpool. We do make some substitutions though. Dos Santos, Sinclair, and Sorrentino were coming out of the match. Johnson, Kelly, and Potts were going to be coming in. And here's Liverpool yet again trying to find the man in the center. A nice save there by Dobrin, tipping it right over the crossbar and keeping the match at 3-1. Because we definitely cannot be conceding any more goals than we already have. Benzia, though, trying to create an opportunity by himself. You know he has to really create his own opportunities. And there we actually managed to get a goal back through Kelly in the 73rd minute. At this point, it was kind of... You kind of had to think that it's just going to be so difficult to come back. And there... Daniel Agger pretty much just finishes us off the corner kick. He gets the header, and on the rebound, he manages to put that one away. But we continue to fight back. Obviously, we're not going to quit on Liverpool, and Kelly gets another opportunity through a header, but that one is saved and goes off the post, and that's how the match will end. 2-4 with this loss, 6-3 on aggregates. We are kicked out of the Capital One Cup, and you have to say that this was a great run for us. Benzia actually gets a 9.5 match rating, which is fantastic. He gets the man of the match. And there you can see it looks like it's going to be Manchester City versus Liverpool in the final of the Capital One Cup. And I definitely am so happy that we made it here to the semifinals. And here you guys can see another player that I'm looking to sign. This guy's actually, his value is about 2.2 million, but my assistant manager thinks that I can pick him up for about 1 million. So I actually put in a straight swap in for Sinclair for this player, because Sinclair, I don't know about him yet so far. He hasn't seemed to be an amazing player. He's a good player, and he definitely has a lot of potential, but so does this young guy. I think he's a Brazilian player, and you can see I can also go for Luke Freeman here. He's a left mid, and I do want to be getting another left mid to put at that cam position on the left side, and I will put an offer for this guy, a 1.3 million bid, and we put in Matty Blair. I'm obviously going to lower the offer then. Just put it at, I think it's just a straight swap for Blair, hoping that I can possibly go ahead and pick this guy up. And at this point, it's the reason I'm able to put in these low bids is because a lot of players are nearing the end of their contract, so they do want to get rid of them. And that can sometimes work in our favor because we can end up negotiating a new contract and possibly signing a player for next to nothing. And we do finally put in one more bid for Aaron Wildig. And we near the last match of the episode against Oldham Athletic. McLaughlin thinks that he should be starting this match, and we'll see if we actually do put him in. And I actually do make a lot of subs before this match even begins, because a lot of players were tired from that Liverpool match. We actually start Oyabano, Gaikwad, Fifield, McLaughlin, Chambers, and Johnson. I think that's 6 players that I put in from our subs bench. And you can see the league table here after a couple of league matches. We're in our 8th place position in the league, which isn't too shabby, but we do obviously want to pick up a couple more points, and hopefully we can do that against Oldham Athletic. But here, not a great start. Dale Byrne tries to save the goal off the corner kick, and he comes out, and they just manage to get an easy header from Taylor there early in the match. But luckily, just 2 minutes later, we're going to get the ball through Chambers here. Chambers is going to try to find the man in the center. It's going to be Sinclair, and Sinclair will get a shot off. The keeper just watch that ball go into the back of the net. So it makes me kind of question whether I do want to get rid of Sinclair. He gets some amazing opportunities, and I think he's going to grow to be a great player. So we'll see how that transfer offer goes. And there, Daryl Byrne making up for his mistake early in the match, and we keep the game at 1-1. Here in the 25th minute, though, Oldham Athletic will continue to keep the pressure going here. Smith's going to have the ball in the wing. He's going to send in across. And another great header to clear that one out, and another great save by Daryl Byrne to keep the game at 1-1. And in the 43rd minute, nearing halftime, we're going to get another opportunity. McLaughlin will find Sorrentino on the wing. Sorrentino's going to try to get a near post shot, but a nice clearance there by their keeper. Kind of just bats it out of there, out of the box. And we go into halftime with a 1-1 draw to Oldham Athletic. So 2 really equal opportunities for both teams, and a pretty equal half. We do make some substitutions, though. Dos Santos, Sinclair, and Sorrentino were brought out of the match. Balanta, Blair, and Potts were brought in. And would you guys watch this? Ain't nobody got time for that. Come on, look at this, guys. They're just passing it right around, and they're just really time wasting, and that's just so annoying. That's really the first time that's happened to me against the computer, and that was just kind of frustrating. I decided to show that. But anyways, that's a 1-1 draw. Maybe because Oldham tried time wasting at the end of the match, but whatever. What can you do? And McLaughlin gets a 7.8 match rating. Not too bad, but just a pretty boring match to say the least. It was kind of boring playing it, especially with Oldham just passing around the back with their defense. And we get a bunch of emails here, most of which were just declining our offers. And you see Luke Freeman, he gets declined, and then this Brazilian player, he also gets declined, and that's just really unfortunate. We will put a new bid in, and I believe I take Sinclair off the ad player and just put in a monetary bid. And we will take Sinclair off since he just did score in a great fashion in the last game, and we will submit that offer for the Brazilian player. And I believe that's the last bit of transfer business that I have before the episode comes to an end, unless I do put another bid in for this Hanover player, and I actually do. And for the Hanover player, we're just going to be taking McLaughlin off, and we will increase the sum for his monetary bid and put it at $300,000. And I think I put Gaikwad in. That's what I do. I put in Gaikwad, and since he really isn't happy here in the squad, I decided to try to get rid of him. And hopefully they will accept this one, and we do hopefully manage to pick up that player. And that will bring an end to the episode today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and I'll see you for the next episode of my career mode. If you made it this far into the video, consider leaving a like if you enjoyed the episode. Also, to see future episodes of my career mode, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with my uploads. And lastly, you can click on the video annotation in the middle of your screen to be taken to the previous episode of my career mode.